Welcome to another edition of Talking Models. Today we're going to do a painting tutorial on Shadow Creations' new re-release of Jerry Dandridge from Fright Night. One beautiful kit sculpted by Jeff Yagher and is currently available through Shadow Creations. I'll put that contact information in the description of the video. So let's talk a little bit what I did to bring this piece to life for real. Are you ready? Are you ready, Jerry? Well, let's go. I started by priming the complete piece in automotive gray primer. I then primed with Styleret's black primer and then followed it up with a complete coat of Delta Cream Coat black for the base. I began with the floor and the steps and base coated them with mummified brown and then shaded with Garage US transparent dark brown and further shading with transparent black. Now for the back wall, I base coated it with Freak Flex wooden stake brown and shaded with transparent raw umber and transparent rich brown, and then of course I quieted it all down with transparent black. The stairs banister was base coated with the cream coat black and then base coated with Garage US tie-in brown and then of course shaded with Freestyle burnt sienna. I then used Garage US transparent burnt umber for more shading to the base and the wall area. And then I brought in some transparent black to dirty up the wall and the base. Onto the window frame. That was base coated with Garage US tie-in brown. And then I painted all the trim around the framing with Freak Flex Old Wreck Rust. And then shaded with Garage US dark brown, transparent, and transparent rich brown. And then of course quieted it all down using transparent black. And believe it or not, the base was done. On to Jerry. I primed the head and the hands with Badger Styleret's gray, and I base coated the pants with Freak Flex Body Bake black and the coat with Freak Flex Dead Guy gray. I then went to the shirt and I sprayed that with Badger Banshee's gray, and the scarf was base coated with Freak Flex Sunbird red. So now it was time to start shading things. So I shaded the jacket with Garage US transparent gray and came back in to highlight the jacket and pants with the original color Freak Flex Dead Guy gray. And at that point I added more shading with the transparent black. That way I was beginning to build up my shading, coming back with my original for highlight colors, and that process of going back and forth until I'm getting the look of the pants color and jacket color that I was shooting for. So at this point I painted the shoes with Body Bake black and then came back, did more highlighting to the shirt with Banshee's gray. And now onto the face and hands of Jerry. I base coated the head and hands with Delta Cream Coat Flesh. I then came in and started highlighting the face, so I pulled out some Freak Flex Rose Flesh and added some more highlights to the shirt at this point with some Freak Flex Turned Ghost White. I also at this point highlighted the scarf with Freak Flex Rippers Red. So at this point I wanted to move over to the mouth and the eye area, so I pulled out some Garage US transparent Mars Red and I hit the inside of the mouth and below the eye area. So back to the face with some shading, I pulled out some Garage US transparent pale flesh, and at that point I painted in the hair and the eyebrows so I could start seeing how everything was coming together. And for that I used Delta Cream Coat black. Then I came in and added more highlights to the face using Reaper Highlight Tan Flesh, and of course more highlighting using Garage US Garage Kit Flesh. That way I was building up different layers to Jerry's skin and just finding that right balance, if you will. So I painted in the eyes and the teeth with Freak-Flex Bleach Bone Tan, and then came in with Rotten Tooth Tan for the nails and Banshee's Gray for the center of the eye and tips of the teeth. At this point I also lined in the lower eyelid with Freak-Flex Pink Eye Burgundy. Now it was time to move up to the hair, so I pulled out some Dead Guy Gray and I simply started dry brushing the hair. At this point I also moved over to the fingernails and I decided to shade that and dirty that up, so I used some Garage US Transparent Raw Umber, and of course just going back and forth, just trying to do some washes with that transparent, dry brushing, quieting it back down so it's not too stark. So you want to use some transparent black to quiet things back down. Then it was simply time to address the eye. So I painted in the eye with Body Bag Black, and at that point I decided to do some more shading to the overcoat. So I pulled out my Transparent Payne's Gray and just started developing deeper shades. Now, time to finish off those eyes. I pulled out Freak-Flex Old Wreck Rust, and I used that for the eye color. And then of course at that point it was simply coming back with the Body Bag Black for the pupil. And believe it or not, Jerry was done. Now you have to remember, when you're working on something like this, it's a process. It can sometimes become a over-daunting progress, because you're highlighting, you're shading, you're bringing back your original color you started with for the final highlights. It's always good when you're working on these kits. For me, I'm taking photos in between to use for the video, but I also keep the paints out near my spray booth. That way everything is there. So when I go back and I want to hit something, I just look and the paints are all there. And it just helps me tremendously to stay on track and to keep focused. And of course those pictures I take always help me too if I'm like, what the heck did I start with I've got 4 different flesh colors out here. I just simply go back on my phone and look for the original starting point, and boom, there's my color. So this is a beautiful kit that Jeff had originally sculpted for John Tuckey over at XO-Facto, and I am blessed for my company, Shadow Creations, to be able to reissue this beautiful piece alongside of Jeff Yagher. And molding has begun at the shooting of this video, and Mark Brokaw is hammering away. And this one is going to be available real soon. It will come with a certificate of authenticity signed by Jeff, and it will also be just something special. The base for Jerry has been retooled to better accept the base for Peter when we re-release that one. And the sides of the base will now have a nameplate that simply says Fright Night. So that's some good stuff coming from this re-release of the Jerry Dandridge from Fright Night 1/6 scale big kit. So that's it for today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, I would love to see you join the family. 2021, I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers. Maybe one of those could be you. I would greatly appreciate it. So enjoy the day, paint some kits, get them out there in your collection, enjoy the hobby that you've been blessed with and that you enjoy to bring stillness in a crazy world. So have a great day, and as always, may the Lord bless your day.